When you fall in love with a beautiful home, a lot of times the next challenge is making it affordable. Even if you can get money off of the purchase price, a lot of times that's just not enough. So we've designed something that we call a payment relief package. And what we do is work with a company like Set Studio that owns this beautiful home at 2008 Gathright Cove right here in Austin, Texas. And we pre-negotiate a deal for a buyer. And what we're doing with that is actually helping the buyer to make the home more affordable. So for example, this beautiful home, if you were to take $50,000 off the purchase price, the savings that you would get in your mortgage just from lowering that price would only be about $260 a month. And while that savings is pretty good, a much better approach is to lower the interest rate by 1%. Lowering the interest rate by 1% on this home actually saves you over $700 a month. And we call this the payment relief package. Now, a lot of people wonder, how does that work? Well, it's very simple actually. Mortgage interest rates are on a grid. We call it a rate grid. And so let's just say the rate happens to be 6.75%. Okay, not saying that's a guaranteed rate, but let's say that is the rate we're using for this example. Now, if somebody wants a rate lower than that, they can pay to buy down or lower the interest rate. We call this paying points. So those points are typically paid to a lender on the front end in order to lower the interest rate for the long term of the loan. So we're talking about 30-year fixed rates here, fully protected for the consumer, but still you can lower that interest rate by paying in advance. Now a consumer can do this on their own. So you could negotiate to lower the purchase price on a property and buy down your interest rate. But there are some restrictions in place that are put there by the federal government that doesn't quite make it possible for you to buy it down in the same way if the seller applies those funds. And here's where the magic happens with this type of package. Now the seller is applying funds to lower the interest rate, and that's maximizing the payment savings. So in this type of a scenario with our payment relief package, we have already pre-negotiated this on behalf of the buyer. It makes it a lot more affordable, and it makes it a lot easier to get what both sides of the transaction are looking for. So if you're looking at a beautiful home like this and you're wondering, how can I make it more affordable? I'd love to have a conversation with you, show you a payment relief package, explain to you what the numbers look like for your custom situation, and figure out how to make both sides super happy with the home transaction.